Hi dear students, Assalamu alaikum. My name is Madiha and the topic here is the physical chemistry, and we will discuss about the new topic, in fact new chapter, chemical kinetics. First of all, we will discuss the introduction and then its types, rate laws, and law of mass action and so on. Let's start. आप लोगों की presentations and Thursday को presentation के रिगार्डिंग कोई क्वेश्चन है तो बताइएगा. पेपर्स अभी स्टिल चेक नहीं है, जब चेक होंगे देन मार्क्स पे पता चलेगा. लगता है आप लोग बहुत अच्छे पेपर बने, आप लोगों को इतनी ज़्यादा पेपर के बारे में क्यूरियोसिटी है. ओके लेट्स सी. Turn to your topic, chemical equilibrium. I think from your book is chapter number 7 and page number 337. Okay, let's start. We will discuss about chemical kinetics today. Let's start. First of all, we will see about the introduction. What is chemical kinetics? Chemical kinetics is one of the most important topic of the physical chemistry. As you know, that it deals with the chemical reactions in every aqueous form, in solid form, gaseous form, chemical thermodynamics, chemical equilibrium, electrochemistry in all fields. Okay. Chemical thermodynamics doesn't tell us about the chemical equilibrium. That thermodynamics deals with the heat changes, and chemical kinetics basically change in concentration per unit time. So when we need about the reactivity rate, your rate of reaction, then we have to be known about the chemical kinetics of that reaction. Similarly, chemical kinetics, chemical reactions, there is a three aspects: rate of a chemical reaction, different factors that control the rate of a reaction, just like these factors may be catalyst, maybe concentration, maybe temperature, maybe pressure, and mechanism of the reaction. Mechanism mean path of a reaction, route. It's one step, it's multiple step, or it's reversible, it's irreversible, or like that. Similarly, we study the rate of a reaction, and they prove valuable to understand the chemistry of reaction. Options and the condition for the industrial processes, just like I give you the example of the Haber process, and similarly the ammonia process and sulfuric acid production. These all need the productivity of the product, and the reaction and the reactant forward reaction, as the forward reaction will be increased, the rate of production will be increased. So we have to be known about the chemical kinetics, that how can we increase the productivity of the reaction. Similarly, select the optimum condition. What condition we should set that we can gain the maximum product. Understand? So knowledge of the optimum condition of the reaction for the process should be known for the maximum yield. What is the rate of a chemical reaction? As मैं आपको बार बार जो कह रही हूँ कि chemical rate of a reaction, तो उसको हम देख लेते हैं कि what is the chemical reaction. In fact, chemical reaction is basically speed of a reaction. Chemical reaction. Speed of a chemical reaction is the moving body and the rate of a change of a distance with respect to the time. But in reaction, change in concentration per unit time. Okay. Here you can see the example. A is basically reactant and it's converting to a product. Then rate of a reaction can be studied and noted and decrease of a concentration of A, and as the time increases, reactant reduced and product amount increased. So rate of a reaction has the negative sign with the change in concentration of A with respect to the time. Here is the rate of a change of concentration per unit time. Now rate of a reaction may be a positive for the B because products are increasing in this reaction. dB divided by dt. B is concentration of product and T is the concentration of the Sorry, it's time. Then what is the rate uh, with respect to the rectant, and giving the negative sign by the conversion, and the concentration rectant, as I told you, the positive and the negative sign representing the productivity. It means if rectant are reducing their number, then it's negative, and if amount is increasing, then it's the positive. Then rate with respect to the product is positive because the concentration of B जो है वो increase हो रही है. uh, if these two rates are equal, it means um, consumption of the reactant and production of the product, then reaction is at equilibrium state. Square bracket shows the concentration of A and B in mole per decimeter cube, and D represent very very small change in concentration and time, and dA divided by T is the differential of A with respect to the time. Just like for the following reaction rate with respect to the reactant and a product, you can see here the A, B reactant, C, D are the product, then A and the B are decreasing, C and D are increasing with the product. Then again, startedly, we have one reactant, and in this section we have two reactant and two product. Those reactions in which reactant and product have the coefficient other than the unity, their rates can be equalized. Just like component in the balanced chemical equation, it may be 3 2 1 for the balancing of the equation. Then exponents may be their subcontinent sub order of the main reaction, and divided by the coefficient to equalize the rate. Now the problem is that next question is, what is the units of rate of reaction? As you can see, if the concentration is expressed in mole per decimeter cube and time in seconds, then mole per decimeter cube per second will be its unit, and its time is in minutes or days or years, and the units will be written according to the time. And if second or day per year, it's according to the situation. Now, what is the instantaneous rate of a reaction? Instantaneous means rate of a chemical reaction changing parameter. It goes on decreasing with the passage of the time. The rate at which moment is little bit smaller than the previous moment, then it means the reaction is very fast and beginning and extremely slow at the end. Why? Because rate of a chemical reaction at a specific time is instantaneous rate of a time. It means at the whole time. Mean to say that at the time start zero, then at the end time when reaction is completing, whenever you are judging the reaction, this time is called as the instantaneous rate. What is the average rate of the chemical reaction? Rate of chemical reaction between two specific time. Specific time means when you guess that you have 2 to 3. It means 2 second, you observe the reaction at the 2 second, and after 2 second you again check the reaction, then it becomes the average rate. It means instantaneous, and it is called as the average rate of a reaction. इसको जो हम डेल्टा से रिप्रेजेंट करते हैं average rate of a reaction. Average rate and instantaneous rate are equally for one instance at any time interval at the beginning of the reaction at the start, and instantaneous rate always higher than the average because every rate जो होता है वो small होता है from the instantaneous से, लेकिन average जो rate है equal to instantaneous rate हो सकता है when time interval जो है वो zero at the start of the reaction, मतलब at the बिल्कुल जब हम reaction start कर रहे हैं आपकी concentration जो है वो zero है. Here is a sample problem, students. Hypothetical reaction in the gas phase is 2A equal to 4B plus C. Reaction is happening in a closed vessel. Concentration of B is found to increase by 18 turns or minus 3 mole per decimeter cube in 10 seconds. आपने calculate करना है rate of appearance of B, rate of reaction, and rate of disappearing. And this is your assignment. आप इसको calculate करके मुझे जो है वो आंसर इसका बताएंगे. Look, मैंने आपको जो दे दी है, लेकिन you have to be attempt this example, which is basically example problem 7.1. ओके, रेट लॉ यहीं तक हम इसको करेंगे कवर आज. रेट लॉ तक. व्हाट इज रेट लॉ? अकॉर्डिंग टू द लॉ ऑफ mass action, rate of a reaction, a chemical reaction at a fixed temperature depends upon the concentration of a reactants, and it means that there is a relationship between the concentration and rate of a reaction. This relationship is determined by measuring the reaction rate with different initial concentration. Just of all, if you are taking the large amount of reactant, and then we come to know the rate of reaction is directly proportional to reactant concentration, and each concentration being raised to some power. If you are considering this example A plus 2B and a product, in this reaction how much we are taking the product will be equal to uh, Ka B square. It means B square is exponent, A, B are the concentrations, normal concentration. And the exponentials जो हैं they are power in the rate expression जो होती हैं वो equal to coefficient of balance chemical equation होती हैं. Then you can say that rate equation जो होगी वो above equation may be the rate equal to K, A की power m, B की power m. Why A is empty in this equation? Because it's raised to power 1, and B has in the balanced chemical equation 2, then it's raised to power 2. Mn represent the exponents. Here mn and 1 and 1 and 2 some other factors. So expression जो है कि how the reaction rate is related to the concentration, it's called as a rate law. This is called as a rate law equation. Properly, in which exponents are also representing some elementary elements reaction जो होती हैं उसमें coefficient of a balanced chemical equation become the exponent in a rate law. Just like here the power of concentration in a rate law are different from the coefficient. Just like here you see here that the H2 and I2, 2NO2 NO, O2 नाइट्रोजन डाइऑक्साइड की डिसोसिएशन है, अमोनिया की डिसोसिएशन है, नाइट्रोजन एंड हाइड्रोजन में नाइट्रोजन पेंटाऑक्साइड है, नाइट्रोजन डाइऑक्साइड एंड ऑक्सीजन में इनके रेट लॉस में आप देख रहे हैं कि बैलेंस केमिकल इक्वेशन है रेट में थोड़ा सा डिफरेंस है. वाई? इसका क्वेश्चन भी मुझे आपने बताना है. दिस इज द क्वेश्चन. इन एग्जांपल में एक्सपोनेंट्स जो हैं वो आपके मे बी इक्वल टू द बैलेंस केमिकल इक्वेशन और मे नॉट द बैलेंस केमिकल इक्वेशन. वेरी सिंपल रीजन, आप एफएससी में इसको पढ़ चुके हैं. आप लोग मुझे बताएं इसको, अदरवाइज में मैं आपको उसका आंसर बताती हूँ. ठीक है, ओके. यहाँ तक अगर आपको कोई प्रॉब्लम है या क्वेश्चन है, यू कैन आस्क मी. एंड